before starting this session. Okay. The very first is, since this is a technical training, right? And we need to do a lot of data analysis, which is a basically key expectation in this course. Everyone should be good hands-on experience in the data analysis. And I am pretty sure you have seen in right now in the world, everyone is talking about the data analytics, right? Whether it's a AI, whether it's an ML, right? Everyone, the input for every technique is a data. So in this framework also, we do a lot of data analysis. And if we do some kind of data analysis, we need a system. We cannot do any data analysis using mobile or tabs. So I request all of you to please join the sessions through the machines, whether it's a laptop or a desktop. Fair expectation? Because we will do a lot of case studies, and in those case studies, we will do a lot of data analysis. Okay, so this is one of the expectation, joining through machines. And if you have any difficulty, anything, please let me know. Because this is not a soft skill training. I'm just speaking, and speaking you also only here. No, you have to do some kind of hands-on experience. And then and only you can perform those analysis in your organization. Correct? The second thing is, in this particular training, we will use one of the statistical software, which is called Minitab. Have you heard about Minitab software, anyone? A tool, very standard tool, which is, I think, used in industry. I think around 85 to 90% of the industries are using Minitab because it is very simple, very user-friendly UI, right? And it is very effective as well. So when we'll do the data analysis, we use the Minitab. Okay. I think in the starting sessions, we will talk about the expectation about this framework at a very high level. So I think maybe in third or fourth session onwards, we will use Minitab. So at the right time, I will tell you that please download the Minitab in your respective laptops or the desktops. Again, many of the participants may be using their office laptops, so they have the browser version available as well. So in browser version, you don't need to download the tool. Okay, you can use your tool on the browser itself. And since it's a 1 month trial available for free, so we will utilize that 1 month trial for this training. Okay. Is this fine with everyone? The Six Sigma framework. If you see or if you hear these two terms, Six Sigma, tell me what one word or what one sentence comes in your mind, very randomly. What do you think? What is Six Sigma? If very quickly I ask, what is Six Sigma? Tell me one in one word or in one sentence, what will be your answer? So Six Sigma is nothing but is a level, okay, at which you can say my process is so matured that it is only generating 3.4 defects out of 1 million output. Output can be your products, it can be your services. Okay, make sense? Typically, some numbers are also associated with this Six Sigma, or of course, there is one number which is associated with this framework is 6. 6 Sigma. Why 6 Sigma? Why not 4 Sigma? Why not 1 Sigma? Why not 10 Sigma? Why this magical number 6? Any idea? No problem. So I'll discuss in detail at the very right time, right? Then I will explain why we take only 6 Sigma, why not 10, why not 5, why not 12, okay? Fine, okay, good. I think you have. So Six Sigma is a methodology which focuses on creating breakthrough improvement by managing variation and reducing defects. Very important. One of the participants has brought this particular point, the variation, reduction of variation. Rather than reduction of variation, I should use the word manage variation. If you can manage the variation. Okay. So let's discuss this in detail. Let's talk about the process approach, because I try to explain you the concept from a very scratch, because my assumption is that your knowledge about the Six Sigma is very low. So I will basically start from that, because we have a mixed population. Some of people have a good understanding, some understanding about the Six Sigma. Some are very new to this concept, this framework. Okay, so that's the reason I'm starting from very scratch. Maybe it's useful to all of you. Okay, let's talk about the process approach. When we talk about very first concept we will discuss is about the specification, which is a key term in the Six Sigma framework. And I have seen many people have a different understanding about the specification limit, and there are different terms in different type of industry. We'll touch upon all those terms. Specification limit. Any idea from anyone? What is specification limit? Typically, generally, customer defines the specification limit. Now, let's talk about these things in a very layman language, very simple language, because we have a people from different industry. We will talk about all type of industry, but yeah, starting with a very simple language or very simple example. Let's say I'm a manufacturer of, let's say, pen. Very simple, very general example. I'm a manufacturer of pen. Okay. When customer basically, when I've done a contract with my customer, at that point of time, customer told me that, Amit, length of the pen is an important parameter for me. Length is a very key parameter for me, right? Okay. And I want the pen which you will deliver to me should be well within this specification limit. Okay. So you are rightly said, Sakshi, specification limit is the acceptance limit. Okay. So he told me that, Amit, the length of the pen should be within this range. Rather than 6 plus minus 0.5. Okay. So he said, Amit, your pen should fall within this range. If it will be outside it, I will not accept. Very simple. One line criteria. It is natural. It is always there. Even twins, right? They also have some variation in their behavior, right? In their the physical appearance, right? So variation is very natural. It is everywhere. So I cannot produce the pen where length is exactly 6. That is the reason customer give me some tolerance. So he told me, Amit, you can go up to 6.5 on the upper limit and 5.5 on the lower limit. Okay, this is his expectation. So specification limits are the customer expectation. Correct? It is not linked with the actual performance. Many times I have seen, because I am a consultant as well. So I help many of the industry, okay, to basically improve their processes, right? So when I go and discuss with their black belts, the green belts, when they basically present their case studies, many times I have seen people are confused, especially about the expected performance versus the actual performance, right? Expected performance is typically a criteria which is coming from the customer, and it is never linked with the actual performance. Actual performance is your mean, median, mode, that is coming from the production, that is coming from the product. It is not coming from the product. This particular limit is coming from the customer, what customer expect from the product. Clear? Now let's touch upon the next understanding on the process approach. That customer already told me that, Amit, this is my expectation. The length of the pen should fall within this particular range. Correct. This is USL. This is target. This is, sorry, my bad. This is LSL. This is USL. And this is target. Okay. Now let's say on a very first day, I have created 100 pens. And out of 100 pens, I sampled around 10 pens and put it on a graph. This is the performance of 10 pens. In the Six Sigma framework, there are different levels, Sigma levels. And this Sigma levels tells you about the process maturity. Right? So if your process is at 6 Sigma, it means your processes are much more matured. Right? Your defect output is very, very less, which I already explained you. It is only 3.4 defects out of million output. Right? And as you decrease the Sigma level, of course, your maturity of the processes become lesser and lesser. And of course, how your process maturity becomes lesser by increasing the defects out of million opportunity or million output. So if your defect increases in your process, it means your process deteriorate and your process maturity becomes lesser and lesser. And that's how you can see at 4 Sigma level, your defect number are higher. Correct? So, and of course, your process maturity is lesser than 6 Sigma. So these are the levels which indicate the process maturity. Make sense? And you can say your accuracy or your percentage yield is also at 6 Sigma, your productivity should be 99.99967%. And as you decrease, as your Sigma level decreases, your productivity is also decreases. So again, if a processes becomes lesser mature, deteriorated in terms of the defect level, of course, you can say your Sigma or your process maturity becomes less. Is this clear? We will discuss that as well, that what is the computation of Six Sigma level. Because see, in this case, I'm saying 3.4, then what is the computation? So this is very first introduction. So let's discuss some of the high level understanding of the process. So Six Sigma is a customer focused business improvement process. Of course, so in Six Sigma, typically we focus on the customer focused processes only. See, there can be internal process as well in our organization. But when we will talk about the Six Sigma, because Six Sigma is an improvement technique. See, if I want to improve my processes, then the priority is my customer focused processes. So first of all, I will improve my customer focused processes. Then I will maybe focus on my internal processes. Okay. That is one important thing is that Six Sigma is always focused on it's a customer centric process. Sigma is the 18th letter, that is a fact. And Six Sigma focus on reduction of variation that we already discussed. Driven by teamwork, consensus, and the logical reasoning. Very true. It is not an individual activity. See, if I want to my process means, let's say a lot of defects are coming in my line and I want to improve it. That what can I do? I can form a team, which is Six Sigma team, and I will improve the number of defects in my process. So through Six Sigma, I can reduce the number of defects in my line. Or let's say if I'm project manager in one of the customer care center, and lot of you can say the number or the time which I took to resolve the ticket is higher, on a higher side. Every time I'm taking around 7 to 8 hours, while the customer expectation is I should resolve the ticket